Welcome, everybody. 2K Sports presents Major League Baseball Thursday afternoon with Gary Thorne, Steve Phillips, and John Crunk. A look at Mark Burley. He'll be doing his best to get a W on the mound tonight. Steve, as he takes a look at this Pittsburgh lineup today, what do you think he's thinking?
As a hitter, when you face Mark Burley, you have to be ready. Be ready to swing the bat. He's a guy that's very efficient in the zone. He throws strikes and he works quickly. Make him get the ball up.
Here's a look at the offense now for the Pirates, presented by Pepsi. Scouting pick, John, who are we looking at today?
Well, Ryan Domit's a guy that you just can't ignore in the lineup. You know, a lot of times the catcher position, that's a guy that's more focused on defense and throwing than it is hitting. But Ryan Domit can swing the bat. You make a mistake, he can hurt you. He's a guy that you love to have up in key situations. Let's see if he can come up with one today.
And it's Andrew McCutchen leading off our ball game.
Pittsburgh Pirates, center fielder, number 22, Andrew McCutchen.
Bats him out with a cut fastball for a strike. Burley with a delivery. Swung on and ripped towards second. So McCutchen is sent down. Take this moment for a look at the AL defensive setup. So Steve, the thoughts on a fielder here?
Mark Teixeira is one of the best defensive first basemen I've ever seen. There's not a play he can't make. He has great range, great instincts, and the ability to hit the pitcher on the run covering first base.
And it's Akinori Iwamura at the plate.
Well, back in July of last year, Mark Burley threw that perfect game for the Chicago White Sox. And I tell you what, kids, if you're watching a guy and you can't throw 95, 96, take a good look at Mark Burley. He'll teach you how to pitch.
That one swung out its line. Jeter able to pull that one in. Or Mark Burley, if any pitcher deserved to have a no-hitter, you got to give it to him because he pitches games, John.
Well, he absolutely does. And the great thing about Mark Burley is he works so quickly that your defense is ready to go on every pitch. There's no lull in the game when he's out there.
And it's a called strike to Jones.
Gary, he gets a little over anxious at the plate when the count goes to 0-1, so look for them maybe to expand the strike zone and get him to chase something.
Lined right at the second baseman. And the side's retired. He'll catches and he'll head off. Nobody left on base. No runs or hits here in this half inning. And now we'll move on to the bottom of the first. And doing the pitching, it'll be Daniel McCutchen. He's going to start for Pittsburgh. Steve, what's the focus here against this American League lineup?
That's a tough matchup for any pitcher against this lineup, as they can really swing the bat and have a lot of different sorts of threats. So he's going to have to really move the ball around the zone, and the manager's going to have to keep an eye on him and realize it's not a good matchup for the righty on the mound.
First pitch on the way to Ichiro. Well hit towards the middle. Out 1-4. Now sponsored by Pepsi, this is how Joe Girardi's offense looks. Scouting report, John. How about some picks?
Well, as a manager, it's got to be pure joy to have a guy on your team like Michael Young. You just pencil him in the lineup, 180 to 200 hits every season. He's one of the most consistent players in Major League Baseball, and he's a great run producer, but he's also a high on base and a high average guy. He's what you need at the top of your order.
And it's Jeter batting.
You have to just look up and down this roster. I mean, this team is stacked. It's almost unfair you get so many great players on one roster. You have to figure this team would have a pretty good chance to win any game they step on the field.
Ball! Fastball just misses. 1-0. Well, just about the only thing these guys don't have going for them is that team cohesion.
Well, chemistry is important, and certainly you want that. But I'll take talent, and this team has an amazing level of talent.
The 1-1 pitch. And he squares around but misses it for a strike.
Well, that two-seam fastball down and away. It's awfully tough to center that ball and make solid contact. That time he couldn't even make any contact.
And McCutchen gloves that one. And the Pirates in the field. Here's a look at their defense. Scouting these fielders. Steve.
Ronnie Cedeno's always been able to flash the leather. He's always been able to make the outstanding play, the flashy play. Now he's focused more on the routine play, and he's a better all-around player.
Hard grounded to short. Cedeno throws on to first. Sign is retired. And a good half inning there, gone in short order.